Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly for pricing. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing the Omega De Ville Olympic Timeless Collection chronograph. So this De Ville chronograph was launched for the 2006 Torino Olympic Games, and as you can see, it incorporates a lot of vintage cues and a lovely white lacquered dial that resembles vintage enamel. We've got a vintage Omega logo and a wonderful set of heritage numerals in a gorgeous vintage font. But what you're basically getting is a 41mm stainless steel chronograph of modern construction. It's 13.2 millimeters thick, and from lug tip to lug tip, it is 51.5 millimeters. It has a spacing between the lugs of 20 millimeters. Throwing it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see it's far larger than a vintage piece. It's broad across the wrist to the point where I would say you don't want to wear this watch on a wrist smaller than 15 centimeters circumference. That said, it is fairly flat and should slide underneath most dress cuffs. Taking a look at the strap, it's dark brown, large rectangular scale alligator leather, matte finish. There's a lot of bolstering, stuffing to give it volume. You can see it has a folded edge. It has a monotone stitch. It's calfskin on the bottom, and you'll take note that this is a brand new Omega factory strap. We have an Omega clasp. You can see it's all of high polished stainless steel like the case, twin trigger release, so it can't pop open accidentally. You must press both triggers. You stick the strap in, you buckle it down, you crimp it. Now you don't actually have any visible excess length. It's all stuck underneath the clasp body. It's very tidy. We also don't have minder loops on the strap because we don't need them to corral that extra length once it is sized down properly. Now the case has a fluted lug profile that's rather baroque, and while it's scaled up, it is evocative of Omega lugs from the 1950s. This is a real heritage reference from their past collection. It's not simply a modern contrivance, so you can actually find vintage Omega watches that use this lug style, and that's where that comes from. Now we have pump style pushers that have beveled ends, which is a little bit surprising, but nice attention to detail. A set of largely ornamental crown guards for the crown, and all gives way to a sapphire crystal over a white lacquered and clear coated dial, so it's got this lovely lustrous gleam like a vintage pocket watch. We have alpha style hands, black polished at center. We have blued chronograph seconds, minutes, and hours hands, and you can see we have a semi-instantaneous jumping minutes register. We'll do a quick loom shot here. As you can see, the hands are luminescent, the rest of the dial is not. The timepiece includes a lovely stepped bezel, and you can see it's partly flat, partly domed, and the watch is beautifully balanced. It has a traditional tri-register chronograph layout. Now, there are a few features here that will help you set the watch more precisely. One of them is hacking seconds. The other is a quick set system so you can rapidly cycle the date, and that's there should the watch encounter an irregular length month, or should it run down. And the timepiece is powered by a Frederic Piguet 1285, which is related to the High Horology 1185. The 1285 is a thicker, more durable movement, and Omega modifies it to create the caliber 3313. So this is a coaxial escapement chronometer that is automatic winding with a 52-hour power reserve, 5-position chronometer-style adjustment. It has a free-sprung balance for more precise adjustment and then resilience against shock. It is a 37-jewel movement that relies on a column wheel function selector for crisp feel, so you hear it, you feel it, and then it has a vertical clutch that engages without any jump because there's no play in a vertical clutch. For the same reason, you can leave a vertical clutch running full-time should you desire to simply have seconds at center. There's no additional hazard to the watch. It is a good-looking movement, and I dare say that the finishing on the Frederic Piguet-derived Omega movements is a little bit better than what you'll find on a standard ETA-derived Omega caliber. As you can see, it's got linear Cote de Genève, decent-looking bevels, black polished screws, and then satination on the wheels with engine turning on the base plate. It is a good-looking watch. All of this and the timepiece is water-resistant down to 100 meters. So reach out to tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.